get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and me. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and me. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money.
Welcome to another episode of Drinking After Dark, a podcast where we discuss random topics while having a few drinks. I'm your host, Darius, and as always, drink responsibly. And y'all make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to Drinking After Dark podcast YouTube channel. Tonight, I'm drinking on my Crown Royal Vanilla, but I'm drinking it straight. Also, too, I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Joe Shakinab and Shakinab.com. Go visit Shakinab.com for services, monthly updates, and contact information. Once again, visit Shakinab.com, promoting leadership and scholarship. So tonight we have a great episode tonight. There's some stuff that's been going on right now, so we're going to get into it. First and foremost, the big topic everybody's been talking about in the media, social media, no friends or family, is the student loan forgiveness. So if you haven't heard, I guess President Biden, put out the student loan forgiveness thing, and basically it's a minimum of $10,000 up to $20,000, depending on how much you're making a year. So a lot of people are, for it or against it. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people don't know it's more like a student loan relief, or it could be forgiven depending on how much you owe. But for most people, it's just like some relief. And, it kind of feel bad because people who paid off their student loans, they're like, man, where were you at when I needed? And then other people who've been struggling because, they can't find a job in the field. They're not making enough money. So they're like, man, how am I going to pay this back? And, student loans ain't cheap. So, a lot of people are like, oh, man, this could help me out a whole lot. But even still, you'll have to pay back those loans. It's not 100% forgiven, but you'll still have to pay back those loans. That's smooth right there. If y'all haven't tried Crown Royal Vanilla, try it, man. It's very smooth, in my opinion. But I feel like, I think this is a good move. You have a lot of people who want to talk accountability and all the other stuff. Here's my thing. When you're talking to an 18, 19-year-old who's going off into college for the first time, and if they don't have wealthy parents or they don't have a full ride, full scholarship to go to school, then yeah, they're gonna have to take out grants and they're gonna have to take out loans. They might get some scholarship money, but it's not that much. But most likely you're gonna end up paying the rest off with some loans. And some people just don't understand that, when you go in at 18, 19, you don't think about those student loans because, you're thinking in the back of your mind, I'm going to college for this. And then with the hopes of finding a job after I graduate college, as we all know right now, how many college graduates are actually working in the field that they graduated in? That's a whole nother topic. But, you have a lot of them who are not even working in their field. So they're not making the type of money that, that they thought they would be making. Because they know eventually, like, hey, I got to pay this student loans, of course, and those other things that they got to pay for, right? They got rent, car note, some will probably have, some kids they got to worry about as well. So it's a lot that they have to deal with. And with those student loans, you're thinking like I'm investing in my future, but yet I'm not profiting off my future right now. So, it's a lot to take in, but I just think that with this, relief and everything like that, I think it will help a whole lot of people. Say don't owe as much, but it will take some off, but you'll still have to pay it back. So for those who are against it, just know that, hey, a lot of people still have to pay back their loans. It's not completely forgiven, because if it was completely forgiven, everybody would be like, well, those who owe student loans will be like, oh, cheering and everything like that, like really excited. And unfortunately, those who paid it off, sorry, but you handled your responsibility. Nobody can take that from you, but unfortunately, you got people in the media that's talking about, it's, which, to me, I don't really pay attention to the media, because they're already going to be biased and they're going to be against the person that they don't support, which is kind of funny to me, though, because it's like, even though if it's a right thing or a wrong thing to do, if it's a right thing to do, you're still not going to support it, because it's not your side doing that. You know what I mean? It's not your side putting that to the table, so you're going to like ignore it. Like, we ain't going to support it. But if it was your side doing it, you're all in with it. But I just feel like right now, the times that we're in, especially what we've been going through the last couple of years, I think, some relief can help. I mean, listen, we bail out, companies and industries all the time, right? How come we can't help the citizens of this country? I don't understand it. See, they talk about personal responsibility and accountability, but when it comes to these industries, where's that at? You know what I mean? The government bails them out. You know what I mean? The government bails them out. So why can't we do something for the citizens? So that's the only thing I got to say. But, for those media personalities, talking about, they're against it and they should be held accountable. If it's a loan, you got to pay it back. They're still paying it back. It ain't all forgiven. Okay? So let's get that out the way. It's not all forgiven. It just, a lot of people owe a whole lot of amount of money when it comes to student loans. They still got to pay back whatever that balance is, and that's that. And for those who, doing all that talking, especially when we got the PPP loan and stuff, listen, have your PPP loan been forgiven? Because if you took that, ain't that a loan you're supposed to pay back? But yet you're talking about student loans, they have to pay that back. Why don't you pay back your PPP loan? You know what I mean? Pay that back. It's a loan, right? So if you're going to be for paying back loans, pay back the loans. If not, don't pick and choose your argument. Either you're all in or all out. And I think that, a lot of these students, graduates, if either you're a graduate or you just didn't finish college, but you still have to pay back those loans because you've been out of school for at least 6 months. I think that, people go through tough times, and, we've all been going through, well, most of us have been going through a tough time since, for the last couple of years, ever since COVID hit. So even businesses went through that as well. So I think it's a good thing. It's not, depending on how much you owe, it's not completely wiping out your student loan debt. But, if you paid it off, congratulations. If you need some help, here's some relief. And I'm speaking as a guy who graduated college, who had my degree, who still got to pay back student loans. It's just one of those things where you just got to, if it's some help, it's some help. But like I said, depending on how much you owe, you still got to pay back the loans. And if you don't owe that much, then I guess it'll be forgiven. The rest of it is just like, all right, here's an early gift for you. That's the only thing I'm saying. That's all I'm really saying. So comment below, man. Let me know how y'all feel about the situation and everything like that. If you're for it or against it, just explain why. I'll always be respectful, stuff like that. Just an adult conversation, and this also should be a lesson to parents as well that, I know parents want their kids to go to college, but also to, sit down and talk with your kids because maybe college won't be the best route for them. Maybe there's something that they're truly passionate about that don't necessarily involve college. So, but an education is an education. We so quick to put education in terms of like a college or university when you could go become a barber, beautician, plumber, electrician. You could be a chef. There's other things you can do and make a great living off of outside of going to college. So, it's just also just give a parents, another reason to sit down and talk with their kids and, see what's best for them. All right, let's move on. This is a topic. Actually, I'm bringing this up because in my hometown, a business closed after 15 years. Now, I was on social media the other day, and it's kind of funny because this person posted a message that he or she got from the place that they work, and without any heads up, anything like that, they just sent them a message saying, "Hey, we're closing tonight. It's our last night, so thank you for everything that you've done. It's time for us to move on to the next phase of our life," and everything like that. And the person posted it, and I know that person was pretty upset because the business didn't give them a notice that they were going to close its doors. So they would, this employee is going to work, leaving work thinking, I got a job tomorrow. All of a sudden, they tell you, "Oh, well, you don't have it anymore because we're closing our doors." Right. And I could tell you a situation like that happened to me at my last employment where I was working. It was on a Sunday. Me and my coworker, former coworker, we were working. We were, talking and everything. And that afternoon, I remember I get a message from my manager at the time, saying, "Hey, don't leave. I'm on my way up there." I was like, okay, something ain't right. But what we heard from a manager from another store that they are closing the business. The business is done with, right? And so my old manager called her boss and confirmed everything that was going on. So when she relayed the message to us, it was true that we're closing our doors effective immediately, right? In the middle of the workday. And they didn't give us any warning. They didn't tell us, "Hey, listen, this is what's going to happen. We're going to close our doors. We're going to let y'all know a month ahead of time. So if y'all want to leave, go, get a head start, find another job and things like that. By all means, do it." Nothing like that. And to me, I just think that businesses, if you're going to go out of business, I think that you should give your employees a heads up of what's going on because they have a livelihood too. A lot of them living paycheck to paycheck. So, just give them a heads up. You want your employees to, let you know that they're about to leave so you could try to bring somebody on to replace them. But yet you don't do the same thing with them. You don't give them the common courtesy of, "Hey, listen, in a month from now, we're closing our doors. So if you guys want to leave, I understand because I know you still got to work and provide for your families and everything like that. So we'll do everything we can, no references and all that stuff. If you want to stay, we'll appreciate it. We might give you a little bonus or whatever. Who knows? But give them that option. Just don't, "Oh, well, the doors are closed, so bye." I had a job once where they gave us a month notice that they were closing the doors. So they gave us the option to either stay or go. And I think it just give them the common courtesy of knowing, hey, I'm going to be without a paycheck real soon because y'all going to go out of business. And, we've seen this multiple times, especially in my hometown. There was a restaurant that used to be here, and during the holiday season, they told their employees, they emailed them overnight. They went to work, closed up like usual, get an email overnight saying we're closed for business. During the holiday season, it was late November. And it kind of like blows my mind when they did that, because it's like, wait a minute. So, a lot of them got kids that was looking forward to, Christmas and all of that. Now they're going through this season without, I'm pretty sure they're getting one more check, but after that, it's like, they still got bills they got to pay. They still got to figure out how to put, food on the table and things like that. So I think that businesses should have the decency in telling their employees, hey, we're out of business. We're going out of business in about, a month, a few weeks from now. So just giving you guys a heads up. So go ahead and start looking for other jobs right now. That's all you had to do, and they'll respect you for it. But unfortunately, they're not doing that. And I just feel like something should be done about it. I think something should be done about it, because now it's giving you, it makes you look like, it really makes you look like a punk, that you can't face the people face to face, let them know, hey, we're closing our doors. That's what it makes you look like. So, just be straight up and honest with them. If you want that type of respect, then you also have to give it. You can't have it both ways. So that's just my honest opinion about that. Now, if you're a business owner, man, just be truthful with your employees, because, they got a life they still got to live too. Don't punk out on the information. Just tell them the truth, and they'll respect you for it. They understand sometimes businesses close, but don't surprise them with it either. Those are one of those type of surprises nobody wants to have. So, no, that's all I got to say about that. Real quick, before I go on to the next topic, just real quick, once again, y'all make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to Drinking After Dark Podcast YouTube channel. Also, new episodes are available every Friday on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. If you want to sponsor or advertise on the podcast, send a DM to Drinking After Dark Podcast on Facebook or Instagram for details. Also, too, if you want to be a guest, hit me up same way, Facebook, Instagram, and, we can make it happen. Everybody is welcome. We're here to laugh, joke, talk about different things, and, have a little drink or something. But also remember, drink responsibly. So just a little drink. No, we're just having fun with it. So, this is a platform where, we could do whatever without being judgmental, So, next topic, if y'all haven't heard, let's get into it. Entertainment news. Nick Cannon is expecting his 10th child. Some people are kind of a little tired of hearing this baby news from Nick Cannon, and some people really don't really care about it. For me, I just feel like what he does with his life, that's his thing. The fact that people, I don't know who's putting it out there, is it truly news or anything like that? I don't know who's putting it out there, but I just think that at some point, you have to ask yourself, like, all right, is this making me look good in the public eye? Whatever you do in your personal life, that's cool. But when you're a public figure, a lot of times you gotta watch out for your your image and everything like that. And I think with Nick Cannon, I just feel like, all these kids, of course, multiple women. Is it a good look? And everything like that. I mean, you can have kids, whatever. It's just that when the media looking into this, sometimes they looking at like, yo, man, you gotta, all right, we're kind of tired of, all these kids popping up, multiple women, you having some at the same time. I don't know what the agreement is. I don't really speculate on anything like that. I'm pretty sure they know what they're getting into, all parties involved. So, but I think some things, you can just keep quiet. Some things you can just keep quiet and, just keep it private, man. That's the only thing I know. I know when you're a public figure, people are looking for stories, and people talk about it because they need something to talk about, whether it's the radio shows, talk shows, podcasts, whatever. Something like that, it could go either way. It could be a bad look. It could be a good look. People would like, all right, this ain't cool at all. We tired of talking about it. It seems like every month you got another baby on the way. Or, hey, just focus on wilding out. That's how some people think, you know what I mean? And me personally, it's his life, whatever, he has going on in his life, that's his thing. He a grown man. That's my opinion. Can he be a great father to all his kids? Absolutely. I think he's a stand-up guy. He has a lot of kids. But if it wasn't, let's just say if it wasn't Nick Cannon, right? Let's just say it was just a regular guy, right? Who's not making nowhere near the amount Nick Cannon is making a year. How would you view him differently? Or would you view him the same way? Like, dude, you can't afford all these kids. How can you be, if one kid got a soccer game, another one got a baseball game or something like that at the same time, which kid are you choosing? Something like that. It'll be some silly, right? To make it seem like you're not on that level to have that many kids, right? And, and who knows? Some people just want a lot of kids. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. Some people just want one or a couple, and some want a lot. Nick Cannon, I guess he wants a lot of kids, and, he has a lot of kids, but nobody's saying he's a bad father. I don't think he's a bad father at all. But public perception, they have their own opinions about things, and they talk about it. And we all know, as a father, as long as you're doing right by them, you're only one call away. If they need something, you're there for them. Even though and we all know he's a hard worker. Like, we know he's a hard worker. It's very well documented. So you ain't heard anything really from any of the mothers about Nick Cannon. So, I guess he's handling his business like he's supposed to. But it's just at a point where, you just got to say, all right, we get it. You having another child, but I don't think we have to hear it every time you having a child. Right. So, that's just some people's feelings. And you just gotta, like me personally, I'm a private person. I'm not going to really bring up any details. Now, if we're expecting, cool. I have a daughter myself. I only have one child, me and my wife. But, if it's like that, you and your wife, y'all having all these kids, cool. But when it's like, I guess it changes when you have multiple women, and at times they're pregnant at the same time. It's like, all right, What are you doing? But, you know, like I said, it's his life. I don't think anybody should judge him for what he's doing with his life. He's not doing anything illegal. You know what I mean? So let the man really just, go on with his life. Let him enjoy his life. You know, he's going to spend time with his kids. He's going to be a great father to his kids. And, you know, if you're tired of it, then don't talk about it. I mean, I know when you're in the media, you have to talk about subjects, whether, you know, your whole platform is about politics or whether it's about entertainment or whether it's about sports or, you know, it could be food or fashion, whatever, right? You need something to talk about all the time. And I just think that, you know, when it comes to this story, it seems like it's like the same story that keeps coming out. People are going to have the same opinions and everything like that. So just let that man be. Let him be and, you know, let him, you know, live his life. You know, that's his decision. You know, they're all adults, considered adults. Let them, you know, if they know what they're getting into, who are we to judge? That's all I got to say about that. Man, this Crown Royal vanilla is good. I'm telling you right now, man. I kind of wish Crown Royal was watching this and like, hey, man, y'all should sponsor this platform. Because I love Crown Royal vanilla. Because on the real, though, like, before they really started making flavors, you know, Crown was like my first drink. I've been a Crown guy basically ever since I was 21, right? And then when they came out with the Crown Apple, it was like, that was my go-to drink. But was not last year, the year before last. Yeah, it was Christmas time, 2020, when I first had the Crown Royal vanilla. That's when I mixed it with the Dr. Pepper cream soda. So I mixed it with the Dr. Pepper cream soda first back then, and then, no, it was a regular Dr. Pepper. It was a regular Dr. Pepper because that's why I had it, you know, just right there in plain sight. And then for Christmas Eve, I had the root beer float, and I put that Crown Royal in it. And I've been on that Crown Royal vanilla ever since. So that's pretty much my go-to drink. But if you're watching this, man, give me some drinks out there I should try, man, and talk about it on the platform. You know, I'm looking to expand, but this will be my go-to drink. Just letting y'all know this is my go-to drink. But if there's anything I should try, or I should just, you know, whatever, no, leave a comment below. Leave a comment below, and, man, I'll try, man. I'll give it a shot, man. I'll give you my honest opinion about it. You know, so, no, that's what we about here, man. But look, I just want to say, man, thank you to everybody who's been supporting the platform. Continue to tell your friends and family about Drinking After Dark podcast. Also, too, man, be sure to continue to follow Drinking After Dark podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to Drinking After Dark podcast YouTube channel. Man, this is a great night. Also, man, new episodes are uploaded every Friday. So please, man, let's get this, let's get the views up. Let's get the listeners up, man. Let's get subscribers up, followers up, man. You know, I'm really doing this thing. And also beware, man, look, NFL season about to start. So yeah, I know I'm a Steelers guy. So, you know, I'm going to talk about the NFL during the course of the year as well as well as the NBA and some things I've seen. And also, too, I will have guests coming back on the platform. So y'all stay tuned to that as well. But until next time, I'm going to finish my drink. This is Darius from Drinking After Dark podcast, and I'm out. Peace.
Gotta get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family's straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and me. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids done. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money. Uh-huh.